العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا بما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. The topic that was chosen today is the importance of seeking knowledge. And the virtues of seeking knowledge are many. And in this short talk, inshallah ta'ala, that won't be long, we cannot encompass and mention all of the virtues of seeking knowledge, let alone its importance. But maybe we can mention a few matters that shows the importance of seeking knowledge. The first is that every single day when we stand up for prayer, we recite 7 verses. And in these 7 verses, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, 17 times a day, a minimum of 17 times a day. Now, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions the straight path, or to guide us to that straight path, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, what does that straight path entail? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He answers this in the next verse by mentioning صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ, the path of those whom you have blessed, right? So those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed, what are they? Those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are blessed, what qualities do they have? One of the major qualities of those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this blessing is knowledge. And this is the tafsir of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as narrated by Tirmidhi and others. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He then mentions غَيْرُ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ, not those of those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry upon, or those in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has led astray. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentions that those who have been led astray are those who have amal, they have action, but they don't have knowledge. And those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has anger upon, or His wrath is upon, they have knowledge, but they don't have action. So one of the 2 major elements of success, of being guided to the straight path that we ask each and every single day, is knowledge. So imagine we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bestow us with knowledge 17 times a day, and we do not pick up a pen, we do not pick up a book, we do not do anything. All right? We choose to remain ignorant. So the first importance is that in Surah Al-Fatiha, which is the greatest surah in the Quran, which is the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions this, that we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continuously, and we continuously ask Him by default, by just reading this surah, for guidance. And that guidance entails knowledge. All right? Secondly, the first verse to come down is Iqra, and that entails acquiring knowledge. Right? Thirdly, the only time that the Prophet ﷺ asked for any type of increasement, all right, is knowledge. وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. In the Quran, if you look at it, the Prophet ﷺ, he did not ask for wealth, did not ask for this, for dunyawi matters. He asked for knowledge. Right? The fourth importance of seeking knowledge is the fact that it is one of the shortest routes to get to paradise. The Prophet ﷺ, he says in the hadith, مَنْ سَلَكَ طَرِيقًا يَلْتَمِسُ فِيهِ عِلْمًا سَهَّلَ اللَّهُ لَهُ بِهِ طَرِيقًا إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ. As narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ, he says that whoever treads a path to seek knowledge, Allah will facilitate for him. Allah will make it easy for him. Allah will create a shortcut for him to get to paradise. It's one of the easiest routes to get to paradise. Fifthly, al-ulama warathatul anbiya. Those who acquire knowledge and end up becoming scholars, they are the inheritors of the prophets. Meaning they continue the job of the prophets. They take on the responsibility of the prophets and messengers. And we all know that the greatest of all human beings are the scholars. So it shows you the importance and the manzila and the status of those who do acquire knowledge sincerely and effectively. Sixthly, it adds to your khashya. It gets you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاء. Those who truly fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the scholars, not anyone else. Nextly, I know we're mentioning a lot, but there's so many virtues and we could go on and on. But just to touch upon some of the matters that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran, or the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has mentioned, or some of the Sahaba like Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, as narrated by Ibn Majah, وروي مرفوعا ولا صح أنه موقوف. Ibn Abbas رضي الله تعالى عنهما, he says, فقيه واحد أشد على الشيطان من ألف عابد. That one scholar is greater against the shaitan than 1,000 worshippers. Right? One scholar, one person, the defining difference between him and the rest of these Muslims is knowledge. Shows you the importance of knowledge. And I would conclude by saying that knowledge also leads to prosperity of a society and community, right? We have a lot of turmoil in our Muslim ummah, whether in our communities, in society at large, in the ummah in general. And one of the ways we can solve that is through knowledge. في ازدياد العلم إرغام العداء وجماعل العلم إصلاح العمل. Ibn al-Wardi, rahimahullah, he says that in increasement in knowledge, you will defeat the enemies, and you'll overcome these challenges. And we know that all of the masa'ib الذي حلت بهذه الأمة, all of the misfortunes that has come upon our ummah, is because, one of the main reasons, because of ignorance of the religion, and then obviously acting upon the knowledge. So one of the two matters that we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consistently on the daily basis is knowledge, and then acting upon knowledge. And we know that knowledge comes before knowledge, actions. So let us should learn about ilm, all right, in your local community. Find a teacher, read a book, memorize something. Do not be ignorant. A nation of ignorance will indeed perish. And the Prophet ﷺ has encouraged us in many ahadith to continuously seeking knowledge. Continuously seeking knowledge. وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.